Hey there everyone, Hitesh here, and welcome to another Saturday Live that we are hosting up. So these Saturday Lives are meant to answer all of your questions which are tech related, and I try my best to answer them as neatly as possible. But of course, I don't know everything, but I try my best to answer a whole lot of questions. Let me bring up my chat box as well. And okay, now I can see chat more calmly, more easily. There was actually a bug in my account which was not allowing me to enable these slow mode via the system that I was going up. It was allowing me via the mobile, but as you know me, I don't go live from mobile. I prefer to go with a little bit high-end setup. So hey Manpreet, hey, how's it going on? Hey Tech Sahil, had your dinner? I was just sitting around watching some of the chats that you were doing. So thank you so much. Let me pop out my chat box as well. Pop out. Here we go, so that I can see all of the things. Okay, so looks like my bottle is in the way. Okay. So how's it going on? Poonam Pal. Hi, Poonam Pal. Hi, Sambit Mohan Patra. How's it going on? Good evening to you as well. Hello from Azerbaijan. Yusuf. I'm seeing that a lot of my videos are now getting popular into a variety of countries as well. I can bring you on the pop-up as well. So hello, Yusuf. Hello to you as well. Okay. And we are going to be definitely taking some of the questions like internship is good idea, or I would say 100% internship is always a good idea, but not just directly. You should not go for an internship like you came out of a college, you go on internship. That would be a bad idea. Prepare yourself. Internship is like you are trying to provide a value to the company. So make sure you are ready enough with those offline courses, online courses, wherever you are learning. So yes, we got finally the super chat up here. But yeah, my system that I'm using to pop up all of your these chat boxes and messages up here, they are not that much fast in the amount that they are going. So yeah, this is going. Okay, so Indian programmer. Okay, I'm looking forward to learn big data. Can you please help me with that? I will try to put up some of the videos and resources so that we can have something on this big data. I will try my best, surely. Okay, so Raja G says, is CouchDB right choice for my medium scale application? 100%. Personally saying, I don't have much of experience with CouchDB. I didn't got the chance to experience it first-handly, but I've heard all the good things. Usually what I prefer is MySQL, PostgreSQL, Mongo. These are the things which I had a chance in my career to work more onto it, and I still work more onto it, so that's why it is. And yes, Indian programmer, I do speak Hindi pretty well. Even I can speak like fluent Marwadi with my dadi as well, but my grandma. But again, there is no point of speaking Hindi on this channel. Okay. So this is the super chat. I have actually found a fixed way to put it up on the screen. I have already answered this one, CouchDB one, that but again, I'm trying somehow that I can integrate them like a little bit different way so that I can pop them on the screen and they makes more sense. Okay, so let's put up this question, which is quite a lot asked by Chetan. Says, how is MacBook Air M1 for app development? I would say that M1 is a leap forward in the generation of silicon. So I would say any given day, it's a good laptop. You should definitely, if you are having a budget, you should definitely go for it. I myself, I'm waiting for these Apple Silicon to come up into iMac. I recently bought this iMac, which you might have seen. That one behind the scene is old one. I am going to be definitely buying a new one, but investing in the laptop is not something which I prefer now because I work mostly on my desk and having a laptop doesn't make sense. Having an iMac make much more sense for me. So I would be going for that. Okay, a question that is being asked quite a lot. Ryan, are you Indian? Should I show you my passport as well? Like, yes, I do own my passport. I live in India. I pay my taxes in India. I do everything in India. I'm not those kind of people who show their love towards the country by living outside the country. No, that's not me. I live here. I earn here. I work here. I help here. I do everything up here. And yes, 100%. I am Indian and I live in this beautiful subcontinent, India. Okay. Let's move on to a couple of more questions, and thank goodness this slow mode is on here. But again, it's okay. So there is another super chat by Kumar Sarvesh. I can bring this up, hopefully, finally. Okay, so Kumar Sarvesh says, hello sir, very big fan of yours. Thank you so much. After completion of my BTech, I was worried from where to start. And I found you on YouTube. You made learning easy and interesting. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your kind words. Let me tell you one more thing, interesting one. A lot of people know what the technology is, but a lot of people don't know how to deliver that technology and how to teach that subject. Teaching something is completely different from the thing that you know. It takes a lot of efforts in putting up the things, putting them into understandable format, then assignment, then make it interesting. And I'm lucky to have an amazing team at Learn Code Online that we have built over the years, and a great platform that we are having where we can serve all of this. And we are also trying to make things absolutely affordable. That's always the priority. I'm nowhere saying that I want to make everything for free. No, I don't want to, because making everything free just dissolves the value of the product. I don't want to do that. I want to keep the learning experience absolutely premium, high quality, yet affordable to everybody, but the content, the experience of learning, and the quality should be very top notch. That is always the idea. But still, the concept that we follow from the day one at Learn Code Online is quality courses at affordable pricing. This is what I have been trying to do for a really long time. Education is already out there. There are hundreds of video courses and videos that are free, but I'm not interested in them. I am rather interested in putting high quality content at affordable price. And when you put high quality content, it's gonna take some effort and some money as well. You cannot do like these kinds of lies and stuff. Oh, another guy is here. Anirudh is here. Hey Anirudh, how's it going on? We are still making some plans for 2021. I'll let you know for sure very soon. I hope everything is going good and you are enjoying the new admin panel at LCO. So hopefully everything is going good. And yes, okay. Let's talk more about this. Nabil, he says, sir, please talk about Flutter market. Flutter market is going pretty good, actually, to be honest. It's going way faster than what I thought. So this is actually a good stuff for us. I would say there is no harm and no worry at all if you are a Flutter developer, but make sure you are still a Flutter developer in mobile, not in web. I don't think so. I have given a shot of building some apps into Flutter. I wouldn't deploy them. To be honest, I wouldn't put them in production. Flutter is not at that phase right now. Even my, let's just say a personal portfolio website or something, I wouldn't be putting them in Flutter. It's not really great. Hey Suyash, thank you so much. Quality just like MKBHD? No, sadly, no. MKBHD is way above than what we are trying to do and what we possibly can do in upcoming couple of years. He is a benchmark in quality. I'm just trying to set some standard in the education world as well. So yeah, that's how it is going right now. Okay, there's another super chat by Vansh Kapoor. He says, sir, is a graduation degree necessary to get a developer job as a developer? If I know React.js, please guide me. I would say no, it is not at all compulsory that you have or you should have a degree or a bachelor's in any format. But see, the point is that it's not about getting the degree of engineering or BCA or computer application, any degree which calls you a graduation. It's like a phase, it's like a ticket that you have, which will set you a little bit forward in your life. I wouldn't recommend still anybody to drop out. I know it's a YouTube world when you say that, hey, just drop out and be yourself. It gets more views, but I wouldn't say that drop out or do something. Do a degree in graduation, like in any degree, arts, fine arts, maybe something else, but make sure you do at least a graduation. Graduation makes you more mature. And that's the whole idea behind the graduation. The trouble that you go through in the college, the problems that teachers give to you, life gives to you, it makes you a very good person in general who can handle tough situations. And that's what graduation is all about. It's no longer about learning programming or arts or anything else. It's more about how can you handle the situation. That's I think, is all about graduation now. So finish up your graduation in any field or do it side by side. But if you still don't want to do it, you still can get a decent job in React or everything or anything at all. So it's not going to be an issue. So that's probably the answer of your company. Of your question, not the company. I was reading them. Okay, so there is a question by Ketan. Sir, tell more about Azure job profile. Sorry, I don't think so I can. Because I don't have much of experience in Azure. Some of my friends have. He is working currently in Intel. I will probably bring him on Insta Live very soon. But I don't have much experience in Azure. I do have experience in AWS, little in Google Cloud as well, but sadly, not much in this. Okay, RBK says, any hints about the new courses, AWS or any? Sorry, no, that is the one thing I usually and always avoid. No, this is not the thing I prefer to announce. No information about upcoming courses. Okay, Flutter versus React Native, better one according to you. For me, the majority of the work that I do is being served by React Native. That's my use case scenario. Doesn't mean React Native is better or something. It suits my scenario. So that's what mostly it is. So my choice, I'm biased a little bit towards React Native, a little bit. Omkar. Okay, sir, your JS course is sufficient to crack job interview and learn React framework, class-based or functional to learn for React. That's interesting one. Let me answer this one. Okay. No, not at all. My JavaScript course is just a starter package. It's not at all good enough if you want to crack a job or something. There is a lot more, but that's a great starting point if you are looking forward. So that's answer to your first question. And class-based or functional component React, it depends. I think one should learn both, but if you're learning right now, prefer the functional based component. But why I'm saying both? Because there are some applications which were designed like a couple of years ago. They are absolutely working fine, and React team is not deprecating the class-based component. So if those applications are already built up and you'll be working in that company on that product, then you obviously have to work on the class-based component. But the good thing is class-based is not really that tough. It's almost similar to functional component. Instead of function, we create classes. But there is additional difference. There are lifecycle events there. So component did mount, on mount, unmount, these kinds of things you see. But into the functional world, we are moreover into use effect and hooks, basically we call them. So that is moreover of the idea about how things are going on. And coming up back to your question about cracking the interviews, I have already rolled out a course on cracking the job interviews. I think that is more than enough for anybody to crack the job. But I would say not the JavaScript courses alone. Honestly, I wouldn't hire you if you say I have done just the JavaScript. A little bit more is expected, little bit more is needed. Today is a good day because the chat is not flooding and we are having some good meaningful conversation and I can see them up here. Hot, hot, hot. It's really hot. Okay, so how much to learn JavaScript before moving to framework? I think if you follow up my course on JavaScript, that is more than enough. No Python is not. Okay, I don't know what that is. So let's move on to another question. Okay, there is another question and come on, please come up here. Sometimes it doesn't populate that fast and I want it to be. Okay, so Kent says, how do you feel about George Hodge saying that programmers are nothing more than translator for business requirement to code? To be very honest, I think that's honest. That's a very, very accurate description. Yes, we are translators who are translating. We basically provide a solution. That's the whole idea, and that's the whole programming community is surrounded by. We try to figure out a solution for a problem and we try to do it as most optimized way. And if you look around, we haven't done anything else. We are just providing a solution to the problem. You feeling hungry? We provided a solution that within just your mobile phone, you can just click and order food online. You want to go somewhere? You can book air tickets right from your phone instead of going and sitting on a queue. That's basically what we do. You can book your ride home. Yeah, we basically are nothing more than translators which translates business requirements to code. And in the meantime, since we are solving a big business problem, we earn money in the meantime. And since we are so much directly associated with the business, yes, that's why we get paid high. And sometimes we make our own businesses as well. So yeah. Okay, so that's a nice question by Beneath. Why don't you create a repo, something like open source project that we can contribute? Yes, that is in one of my to-do lists. It was in my to-do list in 2020 as well. I thought that I'll be bringing up some team, like something like internship or something at office or something. And then we will be having some like internal team and stuff, and we'll be creating some project, fun one, host that as a public one. We'll talk to Heroku team if they can offer me sponsored something to host these application stuff. But you know, life didn't went through as we expected in the 2020. Probably will do it in 2022 because I'm not having much of the high hopes with 2021. It's going to be almost same. So yeah, that is in my plan. And actually I have already the documentation with me that what I really want to build. So hopefully I will bring up more internship students and stuff, and we'll be doing them very soon. Okay. It's really sometimes tough for me to find out where those super chats actually are missing up. Okay, so this one is from Amog. That's a nice name actually. Very unique. I have heard it for the very first time. Sir, what are the best tech blogs to follow? TechCrunch is one of them, which I follow like quite a lot. And another guy who is having a YouTube channel, his name is John Prosser. FPT, front page tech. He's a pretty cool guy. I follow some of his videos, not all, but yeah, a lot of them. He's fun, absolutely fun to watch. And TechCrunch is one of them which I follow. So yeah. Okay, so any tips for getting internship in data science? Data science internship is actually rather easier now. But I wouldn't call them as proper internship or something, because most of them are just about, they are providing a course on the name of internship. You are not doing much there. So I don't know what could be the tricks to do it or something like that. Okay, so Sahil says, how much do you charge for startup consultation? Now it depends. What is your idea, where your goal is? Sometimes I don't charge even nothing in the early days. Let's just say if I'm in Delhi or in Bangalore or somewhere near you, you can have a consultation with me for an hour or two just for an iced tea. I don't mind it. But if it is like something serious, you're planning to go invest or something, then I would definitely charge a fees to tell you what stack is good, what should be the business plan, and how the stuff goes on. Probably something that we can discuss over the mail or an Instagram call rather than discussing here. There was a question about Stra API. I wanted to pick it up, but somehow I got lost. Like even in the slow chat, I'm missing some of the stuff. Okay, so where is that question about Stra API? Okay, that's an interesting one. Django versus a Mern stack. This is like something, if I make a video, I would definitely get a lot of love, lot of hate, because I'm going to take a side. If you'll ask me in general, like not from the YouTube stuff, I would say, if I'm in a hurry, I would be picking up Django. But if I want to do it like really right and everything in my controlled aspect, then I would go for Node. Okay, so super chats, let's bring them up here. I really want to. There we go, find it. Gaurav says, how to learn in depth in React. I have finished your course. Thanks for the good content provided by you. I don't think so you need anything else. To be honest, what you have learned in my React course, that is more than enough for you. Now you should move on to something like try out my free MongoDB course, and then probably a Node course or my Mern course, which is still at $199. Probably will be changing up this week. So go for that and try to build a wholesome application. Like an e-commerce application or something. You don't need to learn more, to be honest. You know enough React, that is good enough. That is good enough. Don't get too much into the cycle of learning and learning. Now build something, and don't forget to show me that on Instagram. You should definitely show me that. There's another question by Kumar Sarvesh. He says, Guruji, Hitesh is just fine. Please no Guruji. There is another technical Guruji on the YouTube. He is good enough. You have two courses, a new React Native course and the other one, React Native Design. Let me bring that up again. React Native Design. I want to ask you what's the difference, and please active donate button at LCO. No, donate button is not in the plan. First, there is a little bit more than donate that we are planning up. So that will be going up very soon. And I would say that only thing you need right now is the latest React Native course that I have published out. You don't need the old React Native Design course now. You don't need to buy that. Just go for this new React Native course, and that's all you need. You don't need to buy two courses at the same time. If you feel later on, I can give you some assignment on Instagram, but you don't need. You don't need. Okay. So tips to improve logic on daily basis. See, here is the really, really nice trick to improve the logics. Build that stuff. You cannot improve logic by creating these star patterns or 1, 2, 3 patterns. At least I was not able to do it ever. The only thing that builds your logic is when you build real world application, you see what are the problems going on, how to optimize it further. There is no other way of doing this stuff. Stop building those star patterns, build something more meaningful, even if it's a tic-tac-toe, to-do app, maybe an e-commerce app or a post-it board, chat app, something, build something, and that only can click your logic. Okay. I've got to work on Azure as fresher in an MNC. Hey, congratulations. Will it be better to switch on development projects ASAP or continue with cloud learning? It depends what your goal is. If your goal for a long term is to have a firm knowledge of the development stuff, then surely go ahead and prefer to move into the development side. But if your goal is, let's just say I want to move further into in the cloud section only, which is a good section, it's not really that. But what I have noticed, and personally have felt it, that more I have the knowledge of development, I understand the rest of the things like pretty easily. One of the thing, an example would be like serverless. I have seen a lot of people struggling in what serverless is, how to actually do that. And if you just show the entire documentation to any programmer like this, he will be super comfortable in serverless, either in the Google Cloud or Cloud Functions or the AWS. He is usually much more comfortable there. So my recommendation is keep on learning your journey with that, but Azure experience is pretty good. You shouldn't miss that. You don't get much of these chances in life again to explore technologies like this on somebody else's budget. That is super awesome. Okay. Please suggest best digital technology course. I have no idea, to be honest. I don't have much idea about digital technology course. What I do is like mostly programming and stuff. I have worked like for 6 months in a digital marketing company. It was not something which like cannot be done or something. It was easy. There are lots of websites. Maybe you can find a lot of courses here and there, but I don't know. Recommending courses is not easy actually, unless you are somehow involved in it, you have built on it or something like that. Okay, so this is interesting one. By Prasanna, MySQL or MongoDB? In most of the cases, I would prefer MySQL, still old school, but still very, very rocky. Rocky means awesome. Awesome MySQL is. But if I have to like do analytics or grab some data points, then I usually prefer MongoDB because data points keep on popping up all the time and stuff like that. But in majority of the things, like I would still prefer MySQL. Any given day, I would prefer MySQL. Okay, so there is more super chat, and there we go. Can I pop it up? There we go. So hello Hitesh, I'm old enough to get into development field. Please suggest. What's your age? Like 3 years ago, Martin was 40 years old and he moved into programming and he's running a successful business in web development company in London. So I don't think so. You are 40, seeing your photos. I don't think so. You're above 40. Anybody can learn. Even kids are learning these days codes. Like what? 5-year-olds are getting 100 crores of packages in Google, isn't it? Sorry, don't want to bother them. Okay, so how to get a job interview call from top companies like Google, Amazon, Facebook, you have to be very, very lucky. Usually you don't get a call, you apply them and then you get a call. And you have to apply like multiple times, probably multiple years. It's not like you'll just send them and they're going to reply back. You have to apply them multiple times via multiple channels. Prepare for interview preparation is a stuff. It takes time. It's usually like I would give like 4 or 5 months to just for the preparation of such kind of interviews. And then the wait period can be like anything. So it's like that. And make sure you hit that like button as well. We are going pretty good this time. The questions are pretty good. So make sure you hit that like button as well. Okay, so there's an interesting question. Come on, pop it up. Where's that question? Okay, so there we go. And hi, sir. iOS Mayank here. How you deal with the hate online? It's a part of life. It's not like something I'm immune to. I do get sometimes mad about unnecessary hate that comes up. I still remember, I'll post a screenshot as well today on my Instagram. There was this guy who was fighting with another guy. So there was this video of me. And in that video, there was some example or something like I was making a list of countries and I mentioned like USA, Canada, USA, UK, and then I mentioned India as well in the list. And I mentioned that, hey, this is India. I live in this beautiful country. And then they started kind of a thing on the comments like, hey, so proud that you are having a like you are from India. Somebody said, hey, why are you bringing India in here? You should not do that. And a lot of hate stuff came up after that. I blocked that comment into restricted, but yeah, I'm not immune to it. People just pull unnecessary legs sometime. Like, what was it? It was like a random decision to make a list. I could have taken like Superman, Batman and something there, but somehow I just took the country list and yeah, it started unnecessary hate. So you never know. It might come up sometimes. Unnecessary idiots are there, morons. And they just start fighting on like this was moron stuff, to be honest. There we go. How is Strapi? Is it better than Contentful? I would say Contentful can be really expensive very quickly. Strapi, no, that doesn't really go that expensive quickly. So yeah, Strapi is good. But again, on top of that, Contentful is like mini WordPress where I can just quickly enter all of these things. So I love that too, but it can get really, really expensive very quickly. Again, they are serverless, but they can be very expensive. So watch out for that. It's really a thing you should watch out. Oh, my camera is about to die. No, it's fine. Okay. So Priyansh say, okay, HackerRank or LeetCode? LeetCode. Sorry, I'm just a LeetCode fan. I've been practicing on LeetCode for a long, long time. And in fact, still, if I have to like apply for a contract position and I get a recommendation and stuff like, hey, Tesh, you'll be doing it, but there is an interview round, I still practice on LeetCode whenever I have to. So yeah. And again, the course that I have created on this, like cracking the tech interview, this course is about helping other people as well, but it's also for me as well, so that I can revise that quickly whenever there's a new contract at Google or Facebook. I have to go through and stuff like that. So yeah, we have to go through with that as well. How to contact you for startup consultation? If you want to contact me, Instagram is the fastest possible way. And probably you have to write me like 2 or 3 times. Lots of messages are there, but that is the fastest way of contacting me. But again, some other ways, like you can shoot me an email too, but that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. Instagram is the fastest way to reach me. I'd post a story or something, like I'm like heavily active there. Okay, I have no idea that how can you do CS and ECE engineering together? Like, is it that even possible, like to opt in for 2 courses at the same time? Like, I don't think so it is even possible. But that would be like really a new information if you tell me like, is it even possible? Okay. Okay, so Roshan Sheikh says, hello. Hello, Roshan. How are you? How's it going on for you? Okay. Where was that question? Okay. Uh, Hubert says, I'm 13-year-old. Can I learn AI? Uh, okay, I would say, can you write loop inside a loop? Like, you are 13, so I would love to see that first. And can you tell me, like, what is a matrix multiplication? A little bit. And can you tell me what is like probability? If yes, then surely, yes, you can. You can learn. You can learn that. Okay, so Karthik says, a salary in India versus abroad. By the way, love your content. Now, salary heavily depends on where your like goal is. Like abroad is Bangladesh too. Abroad is Nepal too. They are also abroad. And abroad is Australia too, America too. They're all of them are abroad. So I would say that it heavily depends where you're living because there are cost of living in that country or that city as well. So usually the salary bracket is higher in some of the places, like in Silicon Valley, it would be way, way higher. In the Bangalore, it's way higher compared to some cities like Nagpur, Bhopal, Jaipur. These are like low-end cities. So obviously it depends on where you are living, what's your living cost and stuff like that. So, but yeah, sometimes abroad is more salaries because you have to pay. Do you know, I think many of you don't know, if you own a house in some of the states of America, just like you get your electricity bill and water bill, you also get another fees which is known as house owner fees that goes to the society to maintain the stuff. It's usually like $300 to $400 per month. So yes, these kinds of things are there as well. Okay. Omer says, hey Tesh, thoughts on the future of React Native? I have no doubts about that it's going to be growing more further, but I don't know the future. If I would be aware of future, I would have already informed you about this Thanos virus that came around. I don't know future. I just can predict a little bit. But based on how well the community is growing in React Native, I think at least next 4 or 5 years are good. But don't be rigid about one technology. Just see it as a tool. Probably tomorrow it will be gone. And that's okay. Something else will be there and we are going to learn that. So no problem in that. Okay, so sir, your best advice, not in programming, but in general. I would say recently I was talking to one guy on Instagram. I would like to put that advice to everybody as well. Sometimes we have this habit of going like fastly into the crux of what somebody is teaching, like fast forward the video, or if you're taking the course, just go in the meat part of the course. Please don't do this. Try to enjoy the process of learning. Every single detail is important. And rather than focusing on like, will I be able to build this or that or stuff like that? Why don't you enjoy the entire process from start to finish? Whatever you are learning, you are hitting the gym, learning basketball or coding or UI, UX, whatever you're learning, just enjoy the entire process. That would be my general advice. Start enjoying that. MacBook Pro M1 for data science. Do you recommend? I would say yeah. I would say yeah, because it's really, really fast device. But why do you don't need too much of heavy end device for the data science, because Google Colab is there and most of the stuff you do there, or you can just spin up a machine on Amazon and can do most of the stuff there. I think it's good enough for, you won't be like training your model from day to night on your machine. Come on. You won't be doing that. It's good enough to maintain any device that you buy, to be honest, in 2020 is going to be good enough for data science, whether that's MacBook, MacBook Air, Pro, like with the M1 chip, of course, or even a decent HP machine or Asus machine. It's going to work absolutely fine. Just get a decent processor. You don't do heavy end stuff on here. That's why servers are there. Come on. Don't spend too much time into stuff like that. Okay. Codeforcoders.com. Why don't you visit USA or England? I have visited England once, like very short duration. It was work purpose, not for enjoying and stuff. It was a plan to visit USA this year. I wanted to meet a couple of my friends, a few new friends that I have met through online, so I want to meet them as well. Hopefully, if the border opens up, I will be traveling very soon. But there are only a few specific states and places where I'll be visiting in USA because it's really big and you need a lot of time to be fully enjoying USA. But England, I think, no, not really soon. It was decent, but there is only a specific weather time when you should be visiting England. Otherwise, it's not really very friendly for, I'm not a fan of like winters or something, and you get the point. Okay. Kiran says, do you follow routine? Yes, a little bit, not like fully. My routine is very flexible, and in 2020, everybody is enjoying that flexible routine. My routine is very flexible, but I do follow some stuff like sitting on this desk is almost a routine. Like at least on a very bad day, I would be spending like 7 hours here. On a good day, I would be spending 10, 12 hours here, probably more. And there is like 1 or 2 hours of a gym. Like these are like unavoidable. That has to be done. And then family time, fun time, that's always happen as well. Okay, so come on, I would like to put this loud in front of all of you that I am not into .NET. Please, I am not into .NET, neither I'm planning to go on that side. I have no idea how is it going right now. I have no idea how it will be going in the future as well. I'm not really versed into saying anything about .NET. So probably somebody else, some other YouTube channel, there are plethora of them, and they can tell you more about the .NET. I am not the guy for the .NET. It's not my forte. I have zero idea about that. Okay, so there is an interesting question by Rishi. Framework versus library versus package versus tool versus platform versus database. You forgot anything, my friend? Like something versus Figma versus XD versus Sketch. A little bit more versus MySQL versus NoSQL. Did you forgot anything to add up here? Come on. If you want to get good answers, you need to ask good questions. That is the fundamental 101 basic. There's my friend Arun. Yeah, buddy. Have you completed Spider-Man? Not yet. I don't go for the mission to mission. I enjoy roaming around in the New York City, hanging around on the web with the Spider-Man, stopping the crime. So that's why I take my time to finish up the game. It's not like I'm gonna just keep on going after that. I enjoy it. Like developers have spent so much of the time in creating the game and every single aesthetic and side missions. So I play all of them. Okay. Hethan Goel, he says, how to get internship from tier 3 college and project recommendation. Internship is not really hard. It doesn't really matter if you are from tier 3, tier 2, tier 1, whatever that is. There are a process that you have to go through. Make sure you have an absolute rock solid portfolio in whatever the tech stack you are going for. Let's just say you go for Angular or React or anything. Your GitHub should speak really loud that you have worked on a few good applications. They are complex and you have spent like 2 months or 3 months in building that application, and that shows them well that, yeah, you are a good coder. Can you just give me any one application in your GitHub right now that you can say that I have worked like 2 months on it? It's complex. It's having so many database queries and stuff like that. So make sure at least it's there, and then start making a list of all the companies which are working on your stack that you like. List building, I think nobody's doing these days. I used to do it. Like prepare an Excel sheet in which all the list of companies are there who are working in the same stack. Probably some fintech companies, some companies like Zomato, Uber and stuff like that. There are a plethora of companies which work in B2B as well. Make a list, approach to them by LinkedIn, Instagram, however you can. And grabbing an internship is not really a big thing once you are ready enough. Okay, so Sujit says, should anyone shift to Bangalore for getting better job? I love from Kolkata. If you're already in Kolkata, you're very nearby. Yeah, I think shifting to Bangalore makes a lot of sense because a lot of jobs are better there. Payment is also better there. Expenses are also high there. But yeah, overall, the experience that you're going to get there is definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. Okay, Deepak says, views on Traversy Media YouTube channel. Hey, he's a good guy. He makes a lot of good content. There is nothing to talk about it. He's absolutely amazing, and I would 100% recommend everybody to watch his channel. See, it is not about learning just from me. Learn from as many resources as you can. And Traversy Media is a big name in the entire field of programming. So I think, hey, big shout out to him as well. He is amazing, and you should definitely watch as much as you can, consume as much as you can. It's really better than consuming those prank videos on YouTube or any random shit that you are watching. It's way better to watch and consume these kinds of content. What you're putting inside your brain, that's who you are. So yeah, make sure you keep an eye on that. Okay, so sir, I have 8 years of experience in programming and now leading team. Hey, you are a team lead now. I would like to start own business, please guide. I think you are in a good position now. You are leading a team. You know how to create a team as well. You are having 8 years of experience, which is good. So I think you should give it a try. What's stopping you? Like, I would assume you are not asking me for the business ideas, but I think you're totally ready. You just need a little bit more push. You will get it very soon, hopefully. And you can just start building your business. Building a business sometimes can happen side by side, but usually it's about, I'm going to quit, I'm going to start the business. Usually that's how it works. So you're having 8 years of experience and you have built the team. I think this is a good time. So whatever the thing you are planning to give it a go for it. It's time now. It's time now. Okay. Naman says temperature at Jaipur, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Yeah, temperature in Jaipur is pretty good now. Winters are really, really beautiful in Jaipur. Summer is something which is really dreadful in my city. Okay, so I have done BCom. Can I get a job in coding field easily? No, my friend, nothing happens in the coding world easily. So you cannot put that word here. Easily doesn't happen in our world, in the programming world. But surely, 100% you can get it, but it's going to come up with extra effort. Because you are not an engineer, so you have to prove them that although I haven't opted for this degree, which all these other people who are lining around, but I'm good enough. So test me out. So once you're ready to say this, that test me out, then that's where you are having it. Okay, so come on, this is going really good now, but I have to find them up. Okay, so how start career in game development and scope of RPA. These are the two things which I'm not good in. Game development, I think you should start with Unity, C# and stuff, but I don't have first-hand experience in that, both of them, so I won't be good enough to answer that. Probably somebody else can answer that. Do we have any good game dev channel on YouTube? I haven't actually stumbled upon any so far. So yeah, maybe. There's another super chat by Ashik S. Nair. I'm familiar with you. You have been very consistent on the channel. Thank you so much. I know to build a website, but not to design. Help me. You are into my phase when I was earlier in that. I knew how to build it, but I had to look up into design or something. Create an account on Dribble, download create an account either on Figma or XD or Sketch, and start trying out some of the prototype. One of the advice I can give you early is just create a account onto Dribble and start replicating what they have created, and eventually you will get a feel how to create design and stuff like that. Okay, so Anirudh says Danny for game development. I need to look that up. You guys also look that up, and if you're going out there, tell them Hitesh sent us here, and I think we can have it. A couple of people are mentioning the name. Danny is a good channel for game development. Hey, you should check this out, Danny, and I'll check that out too as well, and tell him Hitesh sent us here. And probably we can have some Instagram collab or something. I have never seen his channel, to be honest. I will see that. So anybody who is doing any contribution in programming, it's good enough. The good thing about the programming and teaching is that it's not a competition. That, hey, if you watch my content, you should not watch other content. Watch everybody's content. And that's how you're going to grow. That's how we're going to grow. So yeah. Okay. He don't have tutorial. Interesting. Like, to be honest, I haven't seen that yet, so I don't know. Okay, so are you doing investment? If yes, then where are your invest? Yes, I am doing investment. A lot of investment. I've been doing it for years. I don't do investment in like stocks and mutual funds. I should be doing that, but my investments are a little different. One of the investment I love to do is in people. I love to invest in people, their ideas, their startups, something like that. I love that. And apart from that, real estate is something where I love to put my money in because kind of an old school, but I believe that people are growing up on this earth, but the space on the earth is limited. The more earth you have, like you own, that's always going to be good. So that's one of my old school practice that I follow. So yeah, my majority of investment is in the startups. Some of them have already closed up. Some of them are really nice. So yeah, I would be saying that property and real estate investment is something which I always have been doing. I will be doing that in future as well. And apart from that, startups. I love to invest in startups. Sometimes I invest like in the monetary fund. Sometimes I join up as an advisory board. Sometimes I join up as a variety of different roles. Not the tech, of course. I don't have time now for that. But yeah. Subhash, a winter boot camp. Don't you know, my friend, we are going through a pandemic. Nothing is happening offline, my friend. Nothing is happening offline. Everything is online. And I think that's the most affordable you can get. Okay, 9:44. Quite good. Nice to use. Okay. This is a nice, what is Babel? That is a nice one. And I'm gonna write that just right now because I think this deserves a video in itself. And that would be an awesome video to make, that what is Babel, why we even have it, and all of that. It would be a nice addition to have it. Okay, so hi sir, can I use the Mern project in my project and resume? I need to switch my job. Yeah, I have no issues in that. Go ahead, use it. But make sure you add like a little bit onto your own. Like, it's not necessary, but if you add a little bit from your own side, that would be good. Like add a dark theme, light theme switcher, maybe add some couple of more features. That would be awesome. But if you want to directly use it, go ahead. If it gives you a little bit benefit on your side, maybe a job or something, yeah, I have no issue in that. I would be really happy. But let me know as well that when you get that job or something, I would be left to be a part of your good news as well. Okay, so a lot of questions are coming up. I'm getting really little tired now. Okay, web development versus mobile development. Why not both? Like, if you're in a college, I would say, why are you not going for both? Start with, let's just say, a JavaScript, try your hands with React or Angular or Vue even, and then try your hands with either Flutter or React Native. Choose one of them and give it a shot. Like, why are you not going for that? There's a question. jQuery versus React.js. React.js. Like, I wouldn't be touching jQuery. Like, I haven't actually already touched jQuery in a while. I haven't. I don't think so I'll be going for that. Okay, so this is an interesting question. Hear me out. I purchased your course of web dev. I'm 2020 pass out. Will I get a job with that course? What I promise with my courses is pure knowledge. I don't do this 100% job guarantee, or we will recommend you in some companies of all of that. No, but one thing assured, all these people who are watching here signed up at Learn Code Online on my channel. They are like vouching for it already, that yes, they have enjoyed the experience in Mern course, React course, React Native, and hundreds of other courses like that. So expect pure knowledge from me, not these job guarantee. Nobody can guarantee you in a job. If somebody is, be careful. Be careful. Okay, so please make a Figma tutorial. I cannot, Johnson. I can make tutorials on XD because I've been really going good with XD. See, the thing is that what goes in my workflow is Adobe XD. I'm already in Adobe Suite. I use Illustrator a lot, Photoshop a lot. So it makes sense for me to have XD installed. It's also free, but Figma is really nice. But what I've realized is switching these tools too much doesn't make you a professional designer, because designing is not about the tools. Any good designer will create good thing in Photoshop, in XD, or in any other tool. But the more knowledge of the tool you are having, you are just fluent in the keyboard and you are focusing more on design and not where is that thing or where is that tool. So my stuff is like, yeah, I'm comfortable in XD and I'm not planning to switch it for a while. I want to get more creative in that. And I would be sticking there. So yeah. Okay, no more question about WHJ. Please, come on. I'm done with those guys. Like, they are not worth my attention, so I won't be talking about them. So I know you are sending them up here, so I won't be talking about them. They're all good. Whatever they are doing, I don't really care. Whatever they are doing or whatever the parents are trying to do. So yeah. Okay, so there's this, I guess, Russian dude. Came here to make my English better. Let me know the tips as well. I would love to make my English a little bit more better as well. English is not my first language, but I'm doing decently good in it. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Learning. Will your course gets updated regularly? Yeah, I do try to update my courses, as well as the code stack. Definitely we try always to keep it updated. How much update the course is gonna get, it depends. Sometimes I do a lot of updates, sometimes like roll out a new course or something. But yeah, sometimes when I do these crash courses on YouTube, they are also a part of updation of the courses. And I would like to say this is all thanks to you that we are able to put these courses and stuff like that. So definitely it helps a lot. There is this super chat. It says, as someone asked about BCom to software engineering, I dropped out of BCom in 2012, had almost 8 years of academic gap, joined an IB firm as SDE1. See, here we go. I would like to bring that up again. See, there we go. Akshat Datta is here, and a living example in front of you is sharing his experience and giving you more confidence that yes, I can do it, you can do it. Was it easy for him? No, not at all. There is a lot of hard work that Akash has done here. And obviously you also got to do it. So there's no backing down from there. So make sure you're ready for the challenges. But is it possible? Yes, 100%. 100%. Okay, web development roadmap for abroad. I don't know what you want to ask me with these last two trailing words. For abroad, like, do Americans use different kind of website built in something different than the Indians are using or Bangladeshis are using? They're still made in HTML, React, Angular, Vue, same kind of a stack. Internet doesn't really discriminate based on countries or something like that. So what you're going to be learning for a web dev in India is going to be same applicable there as well. Same stuff, HTML, CSS, or start with my JavaScript series, then React, Angular, or anything like that. It's going to be like that. So yeah. Okay, there's this guy everywhere. Come on, why are you going like that? Why did not talk about Flutter? I'm waiting. Like, where you have been when I was talking about it, so you should be more active when I'm talking about it. You should rewatch this live, it will be available. I have talked about the Flutter already. No point of talking it again on a live session. Okay, what is your opinion about cybersecurity? Masters from Ireland. I've got 2 years of experience in IT security. Cybersecurity is like great, and if you're doing masters from Ireland or any other country, you're gonna get a lot of advantage, but cybersecurity is still one of the field where there are very few developers there. Few of them are there which are taking exceptional advantage of their development knowledge. I would say, yeah, go for it. It's a good field, but make sure you learn a little bit of development. The more you know about how an application is being built up, it's rather easier to find the vulnerabilities and to fix those loopholes as well. It makes a lot of sense if you have a little bit knowledge in development too. You can become exceptional in the cybersecurity. And of course, take a look on these some offensive security certifications as well. They're pretty highly valued in the cybersecurity space. So yeah, go for that as well. Hitesh, front end or data warehouse? Front end. You asked for my, don't ask me why. I'm biased toward it. But yeah, I would say, yeah, I would go for front end. Okay, so let me address this as well. Any course planned for Java backend? Okay, let me address this again. I never ever release the info about what course is coming up. I never ever do that, not even like a week before. Once the course is all ready, all recorded, and I'm in the phase of just editing the videos, then only probably I release the information that it's coming up. But I never ever release the info of what course is coming up, because it unnecessarily puts a pressure on you. Let's just say in the last course, I wanted to like redo an entire section. 8 videos were deleted and I want to redo them because I think I can explain them better one more time. I had this leverage of doing it. If I would have been already announced that, hey, I'm building this course, then you would be asking, hey, when is it coming out? I want to take it. I want to take it. That's so kind of you. But I want to do more justice to you by saying that, please give me time. And whenever the course will be out, I'll let you know. But please give me more time to explain it more better. If I want to delete some videos and redo them, it gives me extra chance. So no information about upcoming courses. Hi, Tesh. Just wanted to, this is from Shishir. That's a nice name. Just wanted to thank you for whatever you are doing for us and being an inspiration. Thank you so much. I'm React and a Django dev. Learned a lot from you. Thank you so much. A really, really big thanks for your kind words. In the world of internet, having these kind words means a lot for me, and I'm really, really thankful for your kindness and your love. Keep it coming. It really means a lot to me, and it gives me motivation to keep on working, put these courses more affordable pricing, and do something more for it. So yeah. Okay. So okay, there's interesting question. Let's do a little bit of controversial stuff here. There we go. Okay, this is a little bit controversial, can be. Which Linux distribution do you prefer? Okay, I prefer Mac as my Linux distribution. I know most of you will not agree that Mac is not a Linux. It's as close as Linux as I can be, yet staying away from the problems that usually Linux create. The problem with the Linux is the stability. Hear me out. Hear me out. No need to jump on the conclusion. The reason why I stay away from the Linux as my daily driver machine is when you do development, I don't want to be dependent on some repository which nobody is seeing or maintaining. I want more reliability in there. Linux is very reliable on the places like servers because on the servers, it's easy. There is not too much of package that you work on with. I need professional tools like Photoshop and Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere or Lightroom and stuff to make all of these things. So my preference is moreover on the Linux or on the Windows side for these kinds of professional work that I do. I don't want to like, I'm working on this Django project and then on some, immediately I see that stuff is going on and I'm not able to find a solution. So that's why I stay away from it. So yeah, it's a personal bit of choice, but yeah, if you'll ask me like on Ubuntu or Debian side, I would say now Ubuntu is much more solid, but I learned from Red Hat, so I usually prefer Fedora or CentOS. I'm more comfortable there. I know ins and out of everything because I've done few certification in Red Hat, so my choice is usually there. Okay, I've been a full stack dev for 2 years, completed MBA, and now working on low code to no code, no choice. Opinion on low to no code. Like if you're a full stack developer and you have done your MBA, obviously it was your choice to go into the environment where there's a low to no code. But I think, why are you leaving the coding entirety and the community and everything? Like you can still be an MBA and still can be involved in coding part or something. Like create an open source project or something. Do it for fun. Like if you're going to leave it for a long time, it's really going to be hard for you to come back and start everything from scratch. So even on the weekends or something, just open up a repo and start building something. I know it's sometimes there are no choices. You have lots of responsibilities on your shoulder that you cannot leave job and just move on to programming side. I do understand that. I'm not that kind of person who says, go for it, just leave everything. I understand the situation, but I would say on the weekends, put a little extra effort. You won't regret that. You will even love that. Okay. How to focus on learning one thing completely. Stay home, stay home. Yes. Again, my advice, repetitive. Start enjoying the process. Once you start enjoying the process of learning, that is the best thing that's going to happen to you. Start enjoying the process and you will never worry about how to focus. I cannot do it entirely and all of that. Enjoy the process. And one thing I would say is, come on, don't be in a hurry. Please don't do that. You have a lot of time. 2020 has taught all of us that there is a lot of time with us. Okay, so should we use Flutter for startup app? Yes, of course. No problem in that. I have got no issue. I don't think so. You will have no issue in having an entire startup on Flutter. No problem at all. You'll find good programmers as well. You will be able to develop any feature that you want, and it's going to be affordable. The UI is going to look great right out of the box. What else you want? What else do you want? Okay. Your last video on DSA was really helpful because I was about to learn C++ for getting started with competitive programming. No, come on. I have done that very, very bluntly in the last video. Don't learn any language. Wherever you are comfortable, start learning data structure. That there. Come on. Continue the Linux series plays. Is anybody even watching that series? Like, that's the least view getting series on my channel. So that's why I stopped it. Okay, so a couple of more questions and then we are gonna be. Okay, so best budget CPU for coding. Grab any, like grab i5 processor, a decent, there's a super chat. Where are you? Okay, so there is a super chat. It says, sir, were you always this clear about what to do in your career? Also, if not, then what made you strive towards this path? Cheers. I was not clear about that I will be ending up on this chair talking to you guys, to be honest. Like, I have taken a lot of turns in my life about this all careers. I have been into electronics, built a few robots and stuff. I have spent a good amount of time in cybersecurity space. Then in search engine optimization, we call it SEO companies. Some of the other businesses that I have enjoyed working, some of them failed very miserably. Like, many of them failed miserably. And then I was making videos for a lot of international clients, made a few courses, even never thought that I'll be putting up all of my course library in India. I thought it's never gonna get a market. All of my courses were available for US people, none of them for India, because nobody was paying in India. And it's not a fault of people, actually. There were not payment gateways at that time available in India. Even it's a time of before Paytm. So there were issues, and then here we are. I'm making YouTube videos, leaving a job from the FANG company. I had no idea that this is going to happen, and I have no idea how the future is going to shape up. So I don't really think too much on that side, that what's going to happen. I really just plan out my few months or probably a year, and that's it. 2020 was also planned nicely, but it didn't happen. So yeah, no bad, nothing like that. But yes, I'm planning to start a couple of more businesses, like one definitely like in the first half of 2021. And there is another offline business that I'm planning up. It has nothing to do with the tech, so don't worry, I won't be sharing it online. But yes, I do like to get involved in a few businesses, but I don't know how this is going to shape up. Probably I'll fail. Probably I'll get success. But I don't know. I don't know how this is going to shape up. And I don't think too much on that. It's my humble request, speak a single word in Marwari or in Hindi. Okay, so if you guys wish, I can do an entire live in Hindi if you wish. Like, I don't know if it would be a crazy idea or bad idea. I can do that, but I don't know. Would anybody would like to see it? Like me talking in Hindi on a live, where majority of my population is from like Eastern India or the Southern India. Again, okay. Okay, so I want to meet you. Hey, Lakshmi, sure. You can meet me anytime, whenever you wish. After this COVID situation, for sure. Okay, so Kumar Sarvesh says, Shiba dog with sparkles in the eyes. My hero. Thank you so much. These are stickers. Have figured out how to bring up the super chats here, but haven't thought about those stickers to bring it up onto the super chat yet. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out for sure. A lot of people are saying yes. Please do a live in Hindi. This much of demand. I need to put out a poll. Live in Hindi. Okay. I will try that. Like, I thought it would be insane to have a live in Hindi. Like, who would be able to understand it? Anybody? Like, okay, what do you think about Cisco Ccna Ccnp? I think if you are doing just Ccna, don't do it. Don't do it if you are doing just Ccna. If you are going to like 3 level of networking certification, then it is a really good. And if you're planning to do like Ccna and then moving into cloud infrastructure, that would be much. If I had to do it, let's just say, I'm not talking about you, Omkar, I'm talking about me. If I had to pick it up right now, and I have my interest in networking, let's just say, so I would be doing Ccna and then I would move on to cloud certification, probably Amazon. That would be a better decision for me because I know the basics of cloud and now I can connect all these cloud machines interchangeably, like with the database machine and then CloudFront and bunch of EC2 instances. I'd be doing that again. Same t-shirt again. That's my sweatshirt. You're gonna see me in the entire winter in this. I have just this one only. It's 3-year-old and that's the only thing I have. I don't have too much of clothes or collection of shoes or anything. This is the only t-shirt that I have. You have been seeing that for a while. And I have this one for winter. So, okay. Again, a lot of requests about Aditya Ranjan, when are you coming to Bangalore? I wish. If this pandemic goes over, the next flight I'll take to Bangalore. It's been a while. I want to come to Bangalore again. It's been a while. I haven't met my friends and lots of businesses are actually happening from Bangalore that I do. And I'm not able to do it. Okay, so there's... Okay, so... Super chat, how did you scale up 100,000 users on LCO? With your love, definitely. But if you want to know like currently how many app download that we are having, I can share it with you. Just give me a second. I can share that how many app download that we are having currently. Number of users are way higher than 100,000. But I can share it with you. No problem in that. Currently we have 148,000 downloads on the app on Android, not on iOS. So 148,000 are using our app at Learn Code Online, and active and registered user at Learn Code Online is way higher than 100,000. We are going pretty good there. Thanks to all of your love and definitely some affordable and quality courses that we are having. And a lot of corporates are also taking their instead of their corporate training, they are now getting trained at LCO because the courses are like ready to implement and they can have a code box with them and can implement them in the project. So a lot of people are using it. And yeah. Apurva Gouda says, we will love to hear that. I would like, should I really do a live in Hindi? Okay, if you say so, we can plan it out. I don't know, will I keep it on my channel for like, it would be really odd for me. Okay, I'll try. Usually my thinking process now has converted into English moreover, because I talk to so many of my friends who are living abroad and are like not from India. So yeah. Okay, that is the question I don't have answer. So, working in government jobs, can I earn extra income by programming? I don't think so. It's legally allowed uh, to be in two jobs, especially one in government and personal. I have no idea. I'm no expert in that. Consult for a chartered accountant or something, but I don't think so that I'm really comfortable in that. Okay, so yeah, that is actually good. Do on Insta. That is actually nice choice. I can do a live in Hindi on Insta. But yeah, I think we can actually try that. Oh, Windows i7 or MacBook M1. M1, MacBook, even the previous generation of MacBook any given day. What I personally feel that my productivity is way higher on a MacBook compared to on any Windows machine. I have a Windows machine lying up there, not there, in the drawer there. It's the latest. I don't have it outside. I would have shown it to you. It's the latest gaming laptop, but I don't know. I don't use it much. It's not really that much of productive. Okay, so we have been live for a really while, and this was really much better live. And yes, Jay, you are very late. We are about to close down this session. It was a fun live, and absolutely I enjoyed a lot. Make sure you hit that like button before we go. I really enjoyed the slow mode here. I was able to answer your question much more nicely, and it was a good question. Again, remember, if you want to have a good session here, good questions need to be there, which can either be helpful insight for somebody. I try my best, but I don't know everything, of course. And it was a good session. Thank you so much. Now I would be saying bye to a lot of you. So Faiz Khan, thank you so much. And for joining up this. Tech Salim, good night to you as well. Pradyum Vyas, Lucifer, clarity is awesome. Thank you so much. Mohammed Shaif, God of Sharma, John Jonathan, and why isn't there DDoS protection on LCO? It is there, but we do that on the courses subdomain only. That's always active. It's actually on AWS. They protect us already from that. Okay, so now I would be saying only bye-bye, so no more questions, and you can leave, have your dinner or whatever you are having. Bye-bye, Mr. Varghese. Good night to you as well, Jitu, Shashwat, Mrityunjay, nice name, Pooja, Aman, Abhay, Zubair. Good night to all of you, and thank you so much for joining this live session. I hope you enjoyed the quality of the video as well as of the audio as well. Super happy to have you on here, and it feels good to be back on these live sessions with this quality as well. Of course, I love that. So thank you so much. Bye-bye, and you're awesome people. Don't forget to join me up on my Instagram, which I forgot to display. So join me up on Instagram as well. I post some amazing videos there too, which are exclusive for Insta only. So hit that like button, and thank you so much. Oh gosh, 700 people are watching it. Nice. So bye-bye. Have a nice day.